Barely a fortnight had passed since Electra's jaw-dropping triumph over the mighty beast. Yet the Roman arena was once again electric with anticipation. The king, still reeling from the young gladiator's stunning performance, had hastily arranged a new, even more perilous combat. A fresh, more ferocious lion had been unleashed, and the crowd, eager to witness Electra's next move, had swarmed the arena, packing it to capacity. The air was thick with tension as all eyes fixed on the fearless gladiator, ready to face her next challenge. The roar of the crowd swelled as the heavy iron gates creaked open. A hush fell over the spectators, their eager eyes locked on the young girl standing, alone in the sand, Electra, small, fragile-looking yet unyielding. Across from her, the beast emerged, a lion, its golden mane glistening under the midday sun, muscles rippling beneath its skin. The king, seated atop his lavish throne, smirked. "This should be quick," he muttered, sipping from his goblet. Then with a deafening snarl, the lion lunged. The audience gasped, but Electra did not run. She didn't flinch. Something deep inside her awoke, a force primal and unrelenting. As the lion's claws sliced through the air toward her, she moved, fast, too fast for a girl of her stature. She ducked, rolled beneath the beast's massive paws, and before the lion could react, she leapt onto its back. The crowd roared in disbelief. Electra's fingers dug into the creature's mane, her grip ironclad. The lion bucked wildly, but she held firm, her legs clamped around its ribs. Then, with a strength that defied her small frame, she grabbed hold of the beast's jaw and wrenched. The lion let out an agonized roar. Bones cracked. The struggle ended as suddenly as it began. Silence. The once ferocious beast lay lifeless in the sand. The king rose from his seat, his goblet slipping from his fingers. The nobles, once entertained, now sat frozen in their seats. Who was this girl? Then a slow clap echoed through the stunned silence. A tall figure stepped forward from the shadows of the royal box, General Lucius. His face bore scars of battles long past, and his eyes, cold and calculating, bore into Electra with unsettling interest. "The girl," Lucius said, his voice like gravel, "belongs to me now." The king's eyes narrowed. "She's a slave, a toy for the crowd's amusement," he countered. Lucius chuckled, a sound as sharp as a dagger. "That was no ordinary feat. She has power, strength. What a waste it would be to let her die in the sands for mere sport. Train her, make her a warrior, and she will bring you greater entertainment than any lion ever could." The king considered this, his fingers stroking his bejeweled rings. The thought of turning Electra into a spectacle intrigued him. The cheers, the wagers, the glory, it would make him even more powerful. "Very well," he declared. "Train her, but if she fails, she dies." The brutal beginning. Electra's new life was anything but merciful. Lucius led her through the underground chambers of the Colosseum, past rows of fighter slaves, criminals and rebels, each bearing scars of past battles. Some eyed her with amusement, others with quiet respect. A girl, no older than 16, had killed a lion with her bare hands. That alone had earned their curiosity. "Listen, girl," Lucius said as they walked. "I don't train weaklings. If you fail me, I'll feed you to the dogs." Electra's lips pressed into a thin line. "I don't plan on failing." Lucius smirked. "Good, you'll start at dawn." Her training was merciless. Before the sun even kissed the horizon, Lucius was at her door, yanking her from whatever rest she had stolen. "On your feet, runt!" She was thrown into a pit with seasoned warriors, forced to spar against men twice her size. They laughed at her at first until she broke one's nose with a single strike. The laughter died quickly. "You fight like a demon," Lucius mused, watching her from the sidelines. "But demons must be sharpened before they become weapons." And sharpen her he did. Day after day, she fought, bled, and learned. She ran through obstacle courses lined with blades, her reflexes tested to the brink. She was thrown into darkened rooms, forced to fight blind. Lucius taught her to hear the breath of an enemy, to feel the shift in the air before a strike came. "Pain is your teacher," Lucius growled as he knocked her to the ground for the third time that morning. "Fear is your greatest weakness. If you want revenge, you must kill fear first." The word revenge struck a chord deep within her. She remembered the night of fire, the screams, the shadowed figures dragging her family away. She remembered her mother's cries, her father's defiance. Electra clenched her fists. "I will kill them all," she whispered. Lucius raised a brow. "Good, then prove it." Allies and enemies. In the Gladiator pits, alliances were forged not by trust but by necessity. One night, as Electra tended to the bruises littering her arms, a tall, dark-skinned warrior leaned against the wall beside her. "You fight well," he said, arms crossed. Electra barely looked up. "And you watch well," the man chuckled. "Name's Cassius. Used to be a soldier before I was thrown into this hellhole." "You?" "Electra." Cassius studied her. "You want out of here, don't you?" She met his gaze. "I want revenge." Cassius smirked. "Then you're in the right place." Others gravitated toward her. A sly, quick-fingered thief named Remus, who could disarm an opponent before they even realized they'd lost their weapon. A woman called Lyra, quiet but deadly, with eyes that had seen too much. Together, they formed an unspoken pact: survival at any cost. A plan takes shape. As weeks turned into months, Electra became more than a spectacle. She became a legend. Her name was whispered in the dark corners of the city. The king's guests placed higher bets on her matches, reveling in the blood she spilled. But they did not know what she knew. They did not know that she was waiting, watching, planning. Lucius saw it in her eyes one evening after a brutal match. "What are you thinking, girl?" he asked, his tone low. Electra wiped the blood from her lip, a small smirk playing on her face. "Nothing you need to worry about." Lucius chuckled, but there was an edge to his amusement. "You're playing a dangerous game." Electra's eyes darkened. So are they. The night of reckoning was approaching. The whispers of rebellion slithered through the underground chambers of the arena. Electra was ready, but the real question was, who else was? Would the rebellion succeed? Was Lucius truly an ally, or was he merely waiting for his own moment to strike? And most importantly, was the king truly unaware of the storm brewing beneath his feet? Watch out for the answer to these questions in the next episode. Thank you for watching.